Okay, now let's create the actual ribbon design. I'm going to walk through step by step on what you need to do. This will, by far and large, probably be the most complicated thing you ever do with the bag and the OodleTip. And watch how easy it is. Get any size OodleTip. You know what? For fun, why don't we actually take a little Oodle Doodle? The little Oodle Doodles, as I said before, I would explain the difference. The difference between the little Oodle Doodle and the OodleTip is really simple. It's only two things. One, this is a 16-inch bag, and this is a 12-inch bag. Two, the little Oodle Doodles have 5 colors, 2 colors each in each box. It's kind of like a box of crayons. The kids just seem to have more fun. It's just not a plain tip. They get excited about it. They know that these are theirs. So let's take a 12-inch little Oodle Doodle. What we're going to do is just get some food gel. Okay, it's very important to use food gel, not any kind of food coloring, because if you use watered down food coloring, it will thin out the frosting and then it's hard to hold the shape. So food gel works the best. You might want to put gloves on, because we all know that when you use food coloring, you get, and I'm going to do it right now, right? Telling you to put gloves on, and I'm not going to do that. Okay. I just happen to use a straw. It's the simplest way to do it. You can get a stick. Sometimes those sticks that you get when you buy coffee, those wooden sticks work. Just put a little food gel on a stick or a straw. Get it down inside the bag. Try not to get it on you. And just squeeze. That's it. That's all you need to do. Throw that away so you don't get it on you. Then you see this? All you need to do is go like this. Get it around the bag. You don't have to get it on top, but just get it on both sides. That is it. You need to do nothing else except clean up the mess with the food gel here. So close that up. I'll do that later. Get your frosting. This is another thing I want to mention. I use, for demonstrations and actually for my home baking, I use a buttercream. Buttercream seems to work best. If you're going to use an over-the-counter frosting such as Duncan Hines or Betty Crocker that you get in the supermarket, they're a little on the softer side. And again, with any tip, you're going to want to put them in the refrigerator for maybe 5-10 minutes at most. Get them a little stiff, because when you use a pastry bag, you know, if you used one before, the warmth of your hands will soften up the material inside. So if you start with a softer frosting and then you start using it, your hands are going to warm it up and your design is just not going to hold as well. So I find that this buttercream, this commercial buttercream, works fantastic. And if I have to use Duncan Hines, I just put it in the refrigerator for a couple of minutes. So now let's just put a little frosting in there. Again, all we did was take a food gel, any color you want, stick it inside the bag, move it around to get it around, and now we're going to fill it with some frosting. Not a big deal. And as I said, this is going to be the most complicated thing you do with an OodleTip. I'm not going to do all that much here because I just want to show you how it's done. That's it. Take your little Oodle Doodle, put your frosting in. I love these white aprons. You get to wipe everything on them. Get your frosting down into the bag. You'll have to cut a hole, because if you don't have air, you're just going to create a pocket. So cut a little hole at first. You're not going to cut your decorating hole. You're just going to cut a little hole to allow you to get the frosting to the bottom. Again, if you used any kind of pastry bag, this is no different. Okay, so remember, cut a little hole, otherwise you're going to create an air pocket and your material is not going to get to the bottom. Let's get a doily so you can see. This is the ribbon design. Again, you're using food gel. Let's make it rather big. You'll have to extrude a little bit first, because at the very beginning you're not going to have anything. Except, there you go, and it's starting to come out. Now watch. Look at that. I'm not doing anything. The tip is doing it itself. Again, your 4-year-old, your husband, your mother, anybody. How beautiful is that? We're done. You throw it away. You want to make great cupcakes like that? Only the OodleTip can do it. Okay, so let's try this again. I want to show you that making a cupcake and using the ribbon design technique is as easy as doing it on a doily. Let's take a bag and how about some yellow? We'll use a regular size bag this time. We'll put probably a little more frosting. Again, I use a straw or a stick or anything that you can throw away. Remember what I said, more is not good. You want to do just a little bit. When you start putting too much in there, the colors will blend into the white. It's just invariable that that will happen. Okay. What do we do now? We just, with our hands, get it on all four sides. This is a bigger bag, so get it up a little bit. Again, you don't want the food gel up in the top area. You just want it primarily in the bottom. As the frosting or food material extrudes through, it'll catch some. There's nothing methodical about it at all. So don't think that you got to get it perfect. Open your bag. Let's cut the hole first, just a little hole so the air gets through. Again, I use buttercream. If you're going to use Duncan Hines or over the counter, put it in the fridge for a good 10 minutes. Not too much longer than that, because then it'll just be hard on you. All right, I think we got enough there. Make a couple of cupcakes. Shake it down. Look at that. That's it. Get the air bubbles out. Okay. Let's cut. Again, I like to do a medium. The cupcake's medium to large. The larger seems to look nicer with the ribbon design. But you can do any size you want. You could even do piping. Now you notice I don't spend a lot of time cutting it a straight edge. It's important is that you get the diameter that you're looking for. You want to get, some people want smaller stars, larger stars. If you cut it on a slant, it's not a big deal. You're still going to get the same exact design. So let's now decorate a cupcake. I'm going to grab one here. Again, I'm not a pastry person by any means. Look how easy. That's it. You're done. Now, I think I have enough in here to do the puff. I love the new puff cupcakes when you go into those bakery shops, those cupcake shops. Let's see if we can do that. But you can play with this and you'll get your own technique. Look at that. Look how wonderful that looks. Nice and puffy like marshmallow. Okay, so that is as easy as it gets. And again, that'll be the most difficult thing you do with the OodleTip. We're going to throw that away. We'll put these over to the side. And I'm sure you'll be much better at this than I am.